Good afternoon, dear students. So, as I told in today's class, we will solve some problems with respect to Ohm's law, and resistance and resistivity. So, just recall those formulas. Ohm's law is nothing but what? V is equal to IR. Resistance, just you need to modify the above formula, that is R is equal to V by I. And here that is resistivity formula, R is equal to rho L by A. Later we'll modify to take R outside, and this we need to do based on the question. If they ask us to find out resistivity, we need to take this out. If not, with the resistivity, if they ask us to find out R, then we need to use the same formula. Clear? Now, which are the problems I'm going to solve today? The problems which you have in your textbook, that is nothing but your example problems. Now, remember, your example problems are important. You have answer here only. But listen, they are not given step by step, that you will understand when you solve on your own step by step each and everything. So, today we'll solve some 4 to 5 problems which covers within these 3 topics. Clear? Now let us see the first question. Example 12.3. Now listen, today's your homework is nothing but you need to write and send me, that means you need to solve and send me the same question, and you should not copy from the textbook. You need to learn and you need to understand from the video, then pause the video soon after you understand one complete problem. That means soon after understanding this 12.3, just pause the video, write the question and solve on your own. Later just cross check whether your answer is correct or not, then see the second problem and repeat the same thing. Clear? Now look at the first problem, that is 12.3 example. How much current will an electric bulb draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm? So this is the first question, and here we have B, that is the second question. How much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the heater coil is 100 ohm? Now soon after reading the question, or simultaneously while you are reading, you need to write down, as I told, what is that? First step is nothing but you need to write down given terms from the question. So let us see. So what they are given: how much current will an electric bulb require? That means I need to find out I, right? So next they are given 220 volt, that is nothing but V is equal to 220 volt. Next, if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200, resistance which is denoted by R, R is equal to 1200 ohm. So this is what they are given. We need to find out current. See, this is a very easy formula now. We have V, we have R, just we need to find out I. Direct formula, V is equal to IR. But as I told, we need to do step by step now. So after writing the given, what you need to do? The formula V is equal to IR. So this is the formula, and we need to modify the formula based on the question. That means we need to find out I, right? So what will be the modified formula? V by R is equal to I. Now what is V? 220. And what is R? 1200. And calculate this one. How much you will get? You will get 0.18. And this is not the end. The answer will complete only with the SI unit. Now what we just found? We found I, that is current. What is the SI unit of current? Ampere. So 0.18 ampere is your answer. Clear? Now this is a question. Now look at in the same question we have B. How much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 volt? That means we need to again find out I only here, and they are given V, that is 220 volt. If the resistance R is given 100, that is same thing now. Everything same formula, same thing you need to write, but instead of 1200 they are given here 100. What happens to the current when the resistance is 100 is our second question. Same thing, just 220 divided by 100, calculate and see how much you will get. You will get 2.2 and the unit is ampere. So this is your answer. So this is an easy question. So this type of question you will get only for 1 or for 2 marks. Clear? Now the second one, that is 12.4. The potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? Read the question once again and organize the given values. Now the given terms R. So what they are given? They are given potential difference. Terminal indicator V is equal to 60 volt and current is 4 ampere, that is I is equal to 4 ampere. Then what they are given? The source. What current will be the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt. Now this complete a statement, but you can identify that there are two questions in this question. So first they are given potential difference and next they are given current when it draws, that means current, the sources. That means using this one with respect to next statement we need to find out R. Some from the same formula, what is that? V is equal to IR. Okay, we'll find it later. Next, look at the second statement. What is that? What current will the heater draw? That means they are asking to find out I and they are given that potential difference will increase to 120 volt. V is equal to 120 volt. Now this is what the question is. So once again we'll repeat. So in the first statement they are given V and I and they didn't ask us to find out R. We need to understand to find R so that we can easily solve the second sub question. Now Ohm's law statement, what is that? V is equal to IR. We need to find out what? V. No, what we need to find out? R. That means modify this one. V by I is equal to R. What is V? 60. 60 by 4. How much we will get? 60 by 4 is nothing but 15 ohm. As I told, SI unit are important. SI unit of resistance is what? Ohm. Clear? So we got R. Now look here. We need to find out current. All they are given is only voltage, that is potential difference 120. To find I, we know V, but we should have R. That is why we found R. So we need to use this 15 ohm now. Now V is equal to IR is the Ohm's law equation. We need to find out I. That means V by R is equal to I. So this is the formula. What is V? 120. And what is R? Here we have that is 15. Now calculate and see 8. Now we are finding I now. That means S70 is what? Ampere. So answer is 8 ampere. So if you get this question, you will be getting for 2 marks. That is 1 plus 1. Clear? Always remember unit contain half a marks. So the next example is 12.5. So before doing this one, let me finish this 12.6. So later I'll come back to this problem. Now let us see what is there in the 12.6. A wire of a given material having a length L and area of cross section A has a resistance of 4 ohm. What would be the resistance of another wire of the same material having length 1 by 2 and area of cross section 2 by A? A tricky question. That means you need to analyze the question first, then write the given data properly. Okay. So here, first let us write given. A wire of a given material having length without a number, they are mentioning the symbol, that is L only. So LENGTH, length is equal to L, and they are given area of cross section equals to A, has a resistance of R. They are given now, that is 4 ohm. Okay, so this is the first one. Now length is there, area of cross section is there, R is there. From this data, just figure out the formula. What is the formula? Use the formula from the resistivity, that is R is equal to rho into L by A. This is the formula here which we want. That means they are given R value. So how they got R value? From this point they got R. Now you need to understand the whole term, rho into length divided by A. We got a value R, so that is nothing but 4 ohm. Clear? That means this complete, after the calculation, after modification, everything, what they got resistance is 4 ohm. So this is the first part. Okay, next, what would be the resistance of another wire of the same material? What would be the resistance? So here I need to calculate resistance, and they are given length. So here they are given length 1 by 2. and area of cross section A, they are given, see here, 2 ampere, that is 2 ampere. Now let me write the same formula because we need to find R now here, rho L by A. So they are not given resistivity, so what can I do? Let me take resistivity outside, that means let it be here. L they are given, that is L is 1 by 2, A they are given, that is 2A. So next step will be rho 1 by 2 into what we'll get, 1 divided by 2 ampere, right? This what we have in the denominator. When you shift to numerator, this will be our answer. Now rho 1 by 4 ampere, correct? No? So let me take this 1 by 4 outside. So what I'll do, I'm taking this 1 by 4 outside. So all I get is now A, or I can assume this as L also, right? Because with the contribution of L value only we did, right? Now just you need to concentrate this one. Either you can take it as L, or it's fine, you can take it as just 1, or you can just take it as rho divided by A. Now why they are given a first part? Now just look here. The value of this complete portion is what? 4. Can I substitute this 4 in this complete place? Yes, I can do, no? So what I will get? So the next step will be 1 by 4 into 4. So it will cancel and I'll be left out with 1. So R is 1, and what is the unit of R? That is ohm. So answer is what? 1 ohm, correct? So this question contains 2 parts. First you need to analyze and you need to conclude it properly. Later on, take down again given data and do it properly step by step. So you need to always know how to connect what they are given. That means connection from this part to this, what you are doing. So then we can substitute that 4 here. Then we got the answer as R is equal to 1 ohm. We solved 1, 2, 3 questions. So next, that is what? 12.5. So here we are using that resistivity question. That means rho. We need to find out rho. As I told in the previous class, I think, to solve this one, we need to know about significant notation. Significant notation, which you already learned in your 8th stand mathematics. Scientific notation, students, which is you already learned in your 8th standard. So just to recall what you learned, within 5 minutes I just give an introduction. Scientific notation, it is nothing but, so the way of expressing a very big or a small number in a decimal form. Clear? So it is nothing but a better way to write the number which is too big and too small. Clear? Now let me give one example. In your chemistry, everyone heard about Avogadro number, right? You know about this Avogadro number. And what is that number value? That is nothing but 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Now this number looks simple and easy to remember. But exactly what was the value of this number? So this number value is nothing but 6,022 and 20 zeros. So it is such a big number which is easiest to remember with this scientific notation form. Now how we wrote this big number into a small number, that is what we need to learn. Okay, now just quickly see here. 10 to the power 0 is nothing but we have only 1 here. 10 to the power 1 means we have 1 0 followed with this number, and 10 to the power 2 means we have 2 zeros. 10 to the power 3 is nothing but we have 3 zeros. And for example, 10 to the power 100 means what? After 1, how many zeros I need to put? 100 zeros I need to put. So this is the scientific notation. Now here listen, 6.02222, we have so many zeros here. Now how to remember this one? So let me take, as I told, what is the definition? The better way of expressing a large or a small number in the form of decimal. It is easy, right? So here let me put a decimal after 6. So if I put after 6, how many digits we have after this 6? So as I told, 20 zeros, 20 plus this 0 and 2 means 23, right? So we have 23, right? So this is what we can write in a decimal form. Now how you should verify this one? Just multiply this 6.022 with these many zeros. So you will get this answer. Clear? So let me take a few more small examples. Now listen here. 7345. This is already small number only. How can I write even as a smaller number? So 7 point. So after the point, how many digits do I have? 3, 4, 5. That means 10 to the power. How many numbers I need to put? How many power? That means 3 digits. No, 3 is nothing but 10 to the power 3. So 3, 4, 5. How to confirm this one? 7.345 into 3 means what? 3 zeros. 1000. Do it. You will get this number as a answer. Clear? Now let me take one more example, that is 0.0007. So here 4 zeros we have, but this is already in a decimal form, right? And this is a very short number. How to write this in a very better way? So for that, all we got here was what? Positive values. Let me take one more thing. 10 to the power 0 as it is 1. 10 to the power minus 1 indicates 1 divided by 10, 1 0. So here it is in the multiplication way, here it is division method. So 10 to the power minus 2, how much I'll get? 1 divided by 100. 10 to the power minus 3, 1 divided by 3 zeros. Clear? Here you need to multiply, here you need to divide. Now this is a number. So I will put decimal after the 7. This example, 7 point, or I can just leave it as it is, into 10 to the power, how many zeros? How many digits I have after this decimal? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we shifted this decimal after the 5 digits, right? So here 10 to the power minus 5. Now how you need to understand this one? 7 divided by 10 to the power minus 5 means how much? 1 divided by, here we can write 5 zeros, that means 4, 5. Now calculate this, you will get this value, that is nothing but 0.0007. Clear? Now one more example I'll take for the same. See, now observe here, all we got is positive values, right? So here we are getting negative values. So next one, let me take one more example, 0.000516. This you can shift wherever you want, okay? It is up to your convenient. This one, decimal. Suppose if I shift before this 7, what I'll get here, I need to write minus 4. Or if I shift here, minus 3. So this will vary in the form how we will write. Same thing happen here also. 7.345. If I write 73.45, then it will change, no? 73.10 to the power only 2, right? So this is another example. So where shall I put point here? So now I want to shift this point, as I told, wherever I want. So I will put it here after the 5. That means 5.16. So we are shifting this decimal after how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 10 to the power 5. Right. This is the shortest form. Suppose if I want only 516, that means I need to shift this decimal here. So 516 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 to the power minus 7. So if I put decimal here, I will get minus 5. Here minus 7. I can also put here, then I will get 4. Understood? No? This is all is nothing but scientific notation. Now everything is easy. You should remember this minus and how you will get plus and all. Clear? And one more point I'll include here only. I have a number 1 divided by 10 to the power minus 5. Here I have a number 1 divided by 10 to the power minus 5. So this is a numerator and this is a denominator. When the powers are transferring from its place to another, from denominator to numerator or numerator to denominator, its sign will change. Clear? That means if it is minus, if it transfers to numerator, it will become positive, and same vice versa. So this is one more point which you need to remember. Otherwise, apart from this scientific notation, you should know how to take LCM also. Of course, you will learn this from your primary school only, right? So no need to make any introduction about this part. LCM directly I will solve the problem that will be in the next classes. Clear? And you should thoroughly prepare with your tables, because you need to do a lot of calculation. You should know how to exactly do division and multiplication, and especially in the division you should know how to do division with this decimal form numbers. Clear? So let us move to the example problem, that is nothing but 12.5. So here look at, they are given length, that is nothing but 1 meter, and resistance 26 ohm, that is R is equal to 26 ohm. And one more point they are given, what is that? The point is 20 C. Don't get confused, it is not 20 coulombs, it may be a temperature 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so since we don't have any T term in our formula, you can easily neglect it. Then what we have, if the diameter of the wire is 0.3 millimeter, is, you already know that is millimeter, right? What will be the resistivity? So next is what? Diameter they are given, and diameter is 0.3 and you need to find out resistivity, that means rho. We need to find out rho. Resistivity of the metal at temperature using the following. Okay, we'll see this later. So first, just look at this question. So here, given terms they are given L, R, D and rho. So straight away we can write the formula. What is that? Rho L by A. Correct? Now, do we have diameter in our formula? We have L, we have R. We need to find out resistivity, that means rho. Here we have A. A is what? Area of cross section. But here they are given diameter. That means apart from this formula, we need to take one more formula that is related to A, area of cross section, which you already know. What is that? Pi R square. And here what we have? Radius. But what do we have in the question? We have diameter. So A is equal to, radius is what? Half of the diameter, no? If this is a circle, this entire length will call it as diameter. From the center we'll call it as radius. That means D by 2 is nothing but R. So I can write it as D by 2 square. That means now we got D, right? So from D we can easily find out A. And here what we have, D is given in 0.3 millimeter. So it's better for us to convert in meter. So 0.3, what is the value of milli? Milli value is nothing but 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Now this is the value. So what does exactly this mean? That means 0.3 divided by 1000. Earlier scientific notation you can use here. So this exact value is nothing but 0.003 meter. Listen, either you can use this one or this one. However you are comfortable with the calculation, that value you need to choose. But I'll recommend you to use the scientific notation form so that it is easy for us to calculate. Okay, so next, A, pi, you know the value of pi, that is 3.14, or you can also take that 22/7, anything is fine. And next, what is D? As I told, I'll take this one, 0.3 into 10 to the power minus 3 and 2 whole square. So let me write this as 3.14 into 0.3 into 0.3. So let us take this power outside. First we'll do square only these terms. 0.3 into 0.3, how much we'll get? That is nothing but 0.09 divided by 2 into 2, 4. Now what about this power? We cannot multiply the power like 3 into 3. So 10 to the power minus 3 into 2. Okay, 3 into 2. So here these are the mathematics terms which you already learned how to multiply the exponents and all, right? So 3.14. So calculate this part. How much you will get? See that we will get 0.0225. And how much is this? Minus 3 to the 6. Clear? Now multiply these two values. You will get 0.07065. And what is this? 10 to the power minus 6. If you want, keep as it is. If not, if you want to take decimal here, that means 7 point. What you need to do? You are shifting after 2 digits, right? So after 2 digits means 0.065 into 10 to the power 2, no? That means minus 2 into what we are having here, 10 to the power minus 6. Now you cannot multiply the powers, no? All you can do is addition or subtraction. 7.065 into 10 to the power minus 2 minus 6. How much you will get? 7.065 into 10 to the power minus 8 is your answer. And which answer is this? This is nothing but your A, area of cross section. I just wrote unnecessarily more steps just to for your understanding purpose, but you can directly end up here anywhere. Okay, now we found A. Now coming back to our main formula. What is our main formula? This is the question which you will get for directly for 3 marks. Okay, R, how we need to find out, no, R they are given. What we need to find out? We need to find out resistivity. That means we need to modify the formula. So take resistivity outside. How? Multiply the cross multiplication. That means R A is equal to rho into L. Keep rho wherever it is. That means take this to denominator, again cross multiplication, R by A is equal to L into rho. So this is the formula to find out rho. Correct now? So now what we have? R. We have now already they are given in the given terms, that is 26. What is A? Just now we found that is 7.065 into 10 to the power minus 8. What is L? 1. Now 26 into 7.065. How much? Multiply and see. 183.69 will get them as an answer, or we may also get 184. I think just cross check, do it step by step, and 10 to the power 8. This is our answer. If you can't, if you want, you can just end here. If not, I can shift this point to here. That means here I can do. What happens if I shift here? It will become 7 and it will become 6 now. That means 1.84 into 10 to the power minus 6. And what is the unit of resistivity? That is ohm meter. Correct? Now you can also end here only. As I told, in the question there is one more point. See, using the table 12.2, predict the material. And what is that? So turn back your pages. See, here you got some values. That means all these are resistivity values. So here, see, we have different materials which has been classified under conductors, alloys and insulators. And there is one point. This is resistivity, right? So resistivity of conductor will be less from alloy, and this will be less than insulators. Now what I can tell? Resistivity will be more for the insulator, and then alloy, then conductor. Based on this, they are given here. Just by looking at the terms, you can easily understand these values. Now listen, as I told in the question, they are asking us to, based on this resistivity value, found the material. Now earlier I got the answer 183.69, right? And the power is what? Minus 8. So 183. We didn't have any value with 183. Or you can just cross check with these powers. But listen here, we have some value as 184. So into 10 to the power 6. After modifying this, again using scientific notation, I got this value now. Or by rounding of this one, they wrote 84, or maybe here we have some mistakes in calculation. Do it properly. Here only we may get 184. So here we got 1.84 minus 6, which is here, right? So these values are matching. Now just to see, this value is of which material? That is manganese, right? So what is the conclusion? So from the table, we can say that this is the resistivity value of manganese element. That's all. Now, this question, you can do it properly when your calculation is proper. So you need to do step by step. So there is a similar question, one more, in exercise part, which you can do it later, or I'll give it as a homework. There we need to find out a different term. That means they are given resistivity. So based on that, you need to modify the formula.